Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 11 of Direwolf20's Age of Engineering series. I need a fluid trash can, if you don't mind. And maybe even want a tank. I might want a tank. Do we have we do. We can do that, and we can get 4 of you. And a tank. Shouldn't be too bad then. Cool. Right now, working on, I'm going to set you to pull, push. Well, let's push you to the top. I'm clearing out the creosote oil. We store 16 buckets worth, which should probably be enough for now. I don't know that there's like drums or anything that we can use to make like really large liquid storage for now. So, yeah, we're just going to have to void it for the time being, because I want more creosote cooking up. That's pretty cool. I was kind of taking a look at a couple things here, and I decided I want more coal coke. So that's what I'm working on for the time being. We may or may not need more later, but it's all good. I've also got some coal dust. Coal dust you can use for a bunch of different things. You can combine it. This recipe is disabled, right? Only the coal coke recipe is correct. So coal dust has a burn time of 1,000. Coal coke, 3,200. Enriched coal is what it makes for 5,000. Then you can combine that in a scientific calculator with enriched gold to get a burn time of 10,000, or a lava bucket for a burn time of 25,000, which is quite actually a large burn time. That's like 2 buckets worth, roughly. So that seems pretty neat. Wow, burn time 80,000. Controlled fuel, huh? Needs a circuit. Wow, flawless calculator is the recipe that we need for that. Circuits, not quite sure how circuits work yet. I haven't totally figured those out. But speaking of growing things, so there's a couple things that we can access. Right now, we're probably close enough that we can open up the Ender Age if we wanted to. But I don't want to like jump too far into the Ender Age. I kind of want an alloy smeltery so that I can get like solarium and a couple other things. But before we get into that, I'd probably like to maybe think about stabilizing some of our power gen options that we currently have. With that in mind, there's a couple things we can do in terms of farming, right? And looking through this chapter here, we can see we've got a handful of options. We can use oil from Actually Additions to make a decent power gen, which we might consider doing. So there's that. It also has a couple other options for power gen, like the bioreactor. So those are things we can do. We can also get into extra utilities too now, which is pretty neat. We can get some good stuff from that because we know, EU2 is pretty awesome. What else did it say we could do? In terms of automating plants, which we might want to consider, we have some options. We have the advanced greenhouse, which I guess is just a better version of the greenhouse. You can also upgrade the advanced greenhouse to the Actually Additions farmer or garden cloches. Cloches are pretty cool. We played with them before, and they are really pretty powerful. Maybe almost too powerful, which is maybe a good thing. However, they're also very expensive. Digging into the crafting requirements per cloche. Remember, a cloche is only going to grow one thing, so you don't get a lot out of your cloche. Farmer from Actually Additions, which requires 2 empowered canola seeds, iron casings times 2, and Inuri crystal blocks, which is basically 4 blocks of iron. That's easy. The iron casings we know needs advanced machines from IC2. And then we need the advanced greenhouse, which requires tanzanite and weakened diamond. Weakened diamonds, apparently you can scientific calculator diamond and refined iron, or you can algorithm separator diamonds. Not 100% sure what an algorithm separator looks like. Let's see. What's the crafting recipe for that? So I need an empowered diamantine crystal, which is 2 million RF to make. A couple power cubes, a couple stone separators, some reinforced iron blocks. Seems roughly straightforward enough. Not 100% sure, but we could check it out. And then we also need large tanzanite, which we can get by algorithm separating lapis blocks, or we can get regular tanzanite by algorithm separating regular lapis, or we can get it from tanzanite wood. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm not quite sure where to get tanzanite saplings from, though. That apparently you can get by any sapling and an atomic calculator block, or the flawless calculator, with an atomic binder, which needs iridium ore. So we're probably not at the point where we can get that, which is a bummer. You can find iridium in dungeon chests, of course, but I wouldn't count on that. Iridium shards. So whatever a molecular transformer is. Oh, it's from IC2? I'm not familiar with that. Iron. Interesting. IC2 molecular transformer? Don't know that one. Okay. So playing around trying to figure out basically what path I want to take. We could get a farmer from Ender.io, right? So a farming station from Ender.io would just need electrical steel, which we can make in the alloy smeltery. Easy peasy. Hopefully silicon's not too bad to get. Needs a centrifuge of silicon dioxide. Yeah, I didn't think about what that might be. What's our other option for silicon ingot? There's only two. Silicon dust. A crusher from mechanism. Yeah, that might be the path that we have to go down for silicon, is silicon dioxide, which is a thermal centrifuge of clay dust. Yeah. Haha! Some of these recipes are interesting, that's for sure. Pulsating iron nugget, alloy smeltery, regular recipe. Good to know. Z-Logic controller. Regular stuff, needs silicon and solarium, so that's not too bad. But we definitely need to make, obviously, a slice and splice. So if we want to get a farmer, we would need an alloy smeltery and a slice and splice. And a thermal centrifuge. So that might be tricky. Let's take a look at what the advanced greenhouse gets us. If that's like a larger greenhouse that we could maybe do some other stuff, I don't know. We'll have to see. Machines, I think it was under nutrition, wasn't it? Advanced greenhouse, multi-crop crop growth environment, can blow growers' hands. The greenhouse will build itself. Looks like it'll work in pretty much the same way as the regular greenhouse, except, yeah. Looks like regular greenhouse is what it's pretty much the same thing. It's probably just larger. All right, back in a second. Let me think this through. All right, guys. Quick test world sideway. I decided that I want to start farming because we're in the farming age. Makes sense. So I'm going to test world right now, like cheating in items and testing out, like, you know, efficiency. So I built a farmer from Actually Additions a little bit ago. And thus far, we've produced 0 canola. I threw a bunch of seeds in there, and it planted a bunch of them, and it's just chilling. It's like, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm slowly but surely growing these seeds. Meanwhile, I made 1 garden cloche, and we've got 2 stacks of canola plus. Like, that's pretty awesome. So I'm kind of feeling like this is the way I want to go, the garden cloche. And the reason being that the garden cloche is really cheap once you make the farmer from Actually Additions. The farmer itself is expensive, so that's the path I'm going to work towards today. So really the biggest part of getting this working is figuring out this large tanzanite and weakened diamond stuff, which doesn't seem too bad. For each of these, we're going to want an algorithm separator. So let's take a look at making an algorithm separator. That's going to require an empowered diamantine crystal, a couple power cubes, and a couple stone separators. Okay, so separator, we're going to need 2 stone separators, and let's maybe even get a third, because, so algorithm separator, stone separator. What can we do with stone separators? That can separate, oh neat, we get, that's cool. So that gets some other neat stuff for us. That's interesting, interesting. So stone separators seems to play another role. Let's see what the info tab has to say about that. We're learning this mod a little bit together, guys. So machines, stone separator. Separator with 1 input slot and 2 output slots, which uses 5,000 RF per item. Cool. Gotcha. Okay. Neat. Okay, so let's make some stone separators. So that just needs reinforced stone and a couple power cubes, which are compressed gold balls. So let's just get a stack of you macerating real quick, because we're going to need you to do your thing. Boom. And And while that's cooking, we can get some of the other stuff we need. So reinforced iron is iron and getting reinforced stone. So let's get our calculator. And I want to play more with the calculator mod because it looks pretty cool. And some wood, if I may. Nice. Now we have a few reinforced stone, but not quite that much. The rest of this is hardened stone from environmental tech. So let's get you, and we're gonna get just a bunch. Let's just get a stack, if we may. That should be cool, right? So now we've got plenty of reinforced stone for whatever else we want to do. And reinforced iron is just this. Let's just get 4 of it for now, and we'll see if we need more. It might be getting close to tree chopping time. I might want to make... Is it called a chopper? Yeah. Progressive automation stone chopper might not be a bad idea in addition to this. We might... So I might use that for tree cutting, and I might use my cloche for any planting and growing we want to do. And the cloche, I think, is probably the best way to go, because we can easily grow any plant once we have a cloche up and running. Those things are really pretty powerful, so that should be cool. So you're working on macerating coal dust. Do we have any extra coal dust? I think I turned it all into carbon plates already. It's kind of a bummer, but oh well. We'll figure it out. By the way, just out of curiosity, coal dust. I don't suppose, even though the recipe doesn't show, there's no chance that you would beat or dictionaried with coal dust. Is there? Nah, I didn't think so. That's a bummer. Would have been nice if it was. So we're going to need a bunch of these, because we're going to need 2 of them, right? So we'll compressor this guy up real quick. So algorithm separator needs 2 power cubes, which needs, 4 compressed coal balls total. We're going to need... Okay, so 2 power cubes... 4 power cubes, 6 power cubes total. So we need a lot of compressed coal balls. We're going to need about, a dozen of those. So, yeah, that's going to take a minute. So I got 8. Well, I'm going to need a lot. That's a lot. We're going to have to probably just come back in a few minutes after that's all done processing. But maybe reinforced iron block. So we need a bunch of these reinforced iron blocks. So we're going to need... like half a stack. Cool. And then the empowered diamantine crystal. Let's just get this going. So that needs benitoite. What the heck is that? Fertilizer, lithium dust, and ash. Okay, I should have looked at this recipe before I decided to go down this route. What even is benitoite? It's apparently world gen. It looks like silk touch is needed. Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. Oh my, well, no wait, silk touch needed to get the ore maybe, but it drops benitoite, which drops 1, and it's only in the nether, and it hangs out around either Y. Wow, really? 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 You're not even kidding me at this point, are you? So if are you sure about this? Okay. We might need to go check out the nether. Let me put some stuff away. I'm going to clean my inventory. I'm going to head to the nether, and we'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to check out whatever I can. Be right back. Alright guys, hanging around on Y10 in the nether. We will see what we see. If I get lucky, maybe I'll find some benitoite. Oh, we'll be back when I find some, if I find some. I found some! So the good news is, you don't need silk touch. You do get the gems from breaking the ores. That's kind of cool. The other good news is that Netherrack is really easy to break. The bad news is that lava's everywhere and it flows really fast in the nether. So be careful. But Netherrack is really quick and easy to break. Like, really quick and easy. So that's kind of cool. Nice. I find that my pick breaks Netherrack so easily and quickly that sometimes it like derps up and breaks in a weird way. That there's like a ghost block left behind. But just placing a block down will fix that. So I guess what I'll do is just mine down here for a few minutes off camera and then head back home. Does that sound fair? And I'll get just a bunch of it. I only need one for now, but while I'm down here, I might as well mine. All right, be right back. Oh, and I do have Fortune 2 still on my pick, and I don't seem to be getting any more gems. It looks like it's 1 per block, regardless of the fact that I have Fortune on. So that's a thing to keep in mind. So post Benetoit mining expedition, I will state the following. It's actually not that rare. I ran into quite a few nodes of it. You can see I've already gotten 22, and I've only been down here for a few minutes. Picking up quartz while I'm down here because quartz, and why not? And the other note is obviously the speed at which you can break nether brick or netherrack with your hammer. Totally makes mining it a lot easier. So just head down to Y level 10ish and you'll get a ton of this stuff. Well, maybe not a ton, but it's not uncommon. It's not diamond level rarity. I'd say it's probably on par with maybe redstone in terms of rarity, right? Like what's redstone ore's rarity at World Gen? It's around 0.9. Yeah, so that's exactly what Benetoit was. It's around 0.9. So right around, yeah, it felt like about the rarity of redstone, and it turns out to be exactly the rarity of redstone, so that's cool. Back in a few minutes when we're back at the base. Well, guys, guess what I'm making next? The thermal centrifuge. So looking at the algorithm separator, it's amazing how deep into the weeds you get with this mod pack. It's just crazy. Every time I look at something, I'm like, oh wow, I have to go deeper into a rabbit hole. So we got diamantine crystals, obviously. That's easy enough to make. That's just, you know, lasering, I presume, a diamond. Yes, good. That didn't change. Lithium dust is the only thing we need. Ash, we can smelt peat. Easy peasy. Don't have to worry about that. So that's done. Diamantine crystals is fertilizer, Benetoit, which we just got, and then lithium dust. Lithium dust can be made from tiny piles of lithium, either 9 in a compressor or just manually crafting 9 together, which you need the thermal centrifuge nether quartz for. So we're going to have to make a thermal centrifuge. Cool. So that needs a mining laser, which is going to require an advanced circuit, some advanced alloys. It's going to require an advanced machine casing. It's going to require some coils, which is easy enough. Iron, electric motor, easy enough. This doesn't look terrible. Energy crystal just needs lithium. So crushed diamonds, 4 diamonds, right? So how are we for diamonds? Not bad. Nice. We have half a stack of diamonds. We're great. I got no complaints with regards to my diamond level. Cool. My macerator is currently occupied doing some other stuff for me, but we can give it a break for a sec from what it's working on to get these things cooking. Are you okay? Yeah, you're fine. Okay, neat. Oh, we're out of iron. Okay, well, that explains it. I was like, why are you not using compressed air at the moment? Iron, we're at 189. I just like to keep this thing running because steel is obviously something we'll probably just want decent amounts of. So letting that run at all times is a good idea. You start macerating my diamonds for the energium dust. We're going to want to start rolling out some bronze, some iron, and some tin in the rolling machine. I'd really like to get overclockers in these machines, to be honest with you, but power is more the problem than that. So we'll be back in a minute when this is all done being processed and I'm ready to get the thermal centrifuge up and running. I'll probably just get most of the crafting ingredients off camera. Be right back. Just went running around in the hills near my base, looking for some copper, because I was getting low again. Always low on copper, it seems. You know why? Because I always mine at Y level 10, and there's not much copper down there. If we look at the distribution of copper ore, we'll see that it tends to be like around the 40s, but there's none at the low levels. So copper and tin, super uncommon down there. Where am I exactly? I know where I am. My nether portal should be right here. Yeah, cool. So that's why I'm always low on copper. But the good news is that it's like right around the Y level that I'm at, and there's a lot of hills in my area, so they easily and typically shift around. So getting copper, that should be cool. Alright, so you're done here. Let's put you into extruding mode for my copper. Let's combine you guys into that and compress you. Just more crafting, back in a minute. Don't mind me. So there's a block from IC2 here that I'm unfamiliar with, and I want to give it a shot. Not familiar with it at all, actually. I don't recognize it. It might be a new block. I don't know when it came out, but I don't recognize it. It's gonna need 2 of you. So I'm using some of the resources that I was gonna use for my laser thingy, but that's okay. That's how it goes. I want to check out this thing. You should be cool. Block cutting machine. Now, doing a little research, I know that I'm going to need 8 steel plates and an iron ingot. So let's get these guys cut into 8 steel plates. And we're going to need an iron ingot. And back in a sec. So in theory, this is a tier 1 machine. So we're going to want to put it on our tier line power line. Tier 1 power line. Sweet. Block cutting blade is too weak or missing. Okay. I want to test this out because it might increase my speed of producing plates. There we go. If I'm not mistaken, I should be able to cut entire blocks of iron with this thing, and if it's about the same speed as the metal former, it might be better. Now, an iron blade can cut gold, copper, tin, lead, and bronze. So pretty much anything that's softer than iron. But if you want to do things like iron or lapis blocks, you're going to need a steel blade. So if we want to cut iron, which I do, we're going to need a steel blade, which is why I just made the steel blade components. And you can get a diamond blade as well, and that cuts everything, including steel and obsidian. But I'm not worried about cutting steel or obsidian right now. I just want to test this machine out. So if I throw this in here, are you going to give me 9 blocks of, or 9 plates of iron? Like, pretty much just as quick as this thing does? Because that would be pretty cool. If I'm being honest. I'd be pretty excited about that. I think it is. Let's also get a couple more of you guys ready. So I said I needed 12 of those, right? I hope that's right, because I'm pretty sure it is. You're fine. Iron plates, wow. That is kind of cool. Alright, so that's a faster way to get iron plates at least. Sweet. You do your compressor thing. Go on. There you go. And you can go in there. Alright, so we're close to being able to have our centrifuge. Okay. So we've got that. We're going to need an advanced circuit here in a sec. But we've got these guys. So let's get the laser up and running. So we just need an advanced circuit, which we should start working on the things for. So that's going to need electronic circuit and glowstone, which are easy. Empowered Vestonia crystals times 4. These are 400k RF each. So if I need 4 of them, it's 1.6 million. Am I right in that? However, if I got that, that's 4 million. So that's a little bit more expensive in terms of RF. Yeah, I think I should go that route. So we're just going to need Ardite, Red Garnet, Resonating Redstone Crystals, and Rose Red. Alright, so we can totally do this. And then we're going to need Empowered Palus Crystals, which need Prismarine Shards, Cobalt, Blue Slime Crystal, and Raw Fish. Holy cow. I am getting so deep into the weeds here, guys. Prismarine, huh? Where am I going to get Prismarine from? Like, I know it comes from... Oh, okay, yeah, Quartz... That's cool, at least. 30,000 RF, but we can do that. Alright, well that's at least not so bad. For a second there, I thought I'd have to go find one of those temple things. Fortunately, I do have to fish, though. Blech. Blue slime comes from blue slimy mud, which is blue slime balls, which bees produce, or I can go find a blue slime island. I've seen slime islands, so let me go see if I can find some slimes. Because we're probably going to want fortune on this guy, or luck. There we go. Just got luck 1, and if it works like the pick, hopefully I'll level up as I use it. Okay. Makeshift door. Now I know I saw slime islands at some point in the distance. Where they are. Is the sun rising? Yeah, I just took a nap. Cool. Back in a minute, gonna find a slime island. That slime island's a little bit higher than it looks. Holy cow, that's tall. Alright, well, let's just do our best, huh? Just trying to make sure I'm not, like... I'm gonna dirt pillar up to it. Got what I came for. That's good, at least. Neat. Well, we can get some green slime. If we got some of these slime trees, that would be cool, too. But also, totally lots of blue slimes here. Nice. Very nice. Alright, I'm gonna farm these guys for a little bit, just because I don't want to have to come up here for a while. So, I mean, like, I don't know how much of this, you know, empowered lapis we're gonna need, but I'm gonna clear out this entire slime island, basically. So, what is this guy? Is this another one of those? Yeah, it's integrated dynamics. There's a tree like that near our base, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Should have brought my sickle. That's what I should have brought. Do I have enough? I do. I could probably make a sickle, couldn't I? Because there's a wooden sickle, right? Yeah, there is. Nice. Come on, you guys, give me a sapling, would you? Don't be mean to me now. Come on, dudes. At this point, it's like risky enough that I don't want to risk the possibility that my sickle's reducing the drop chance, so I'm just going to break each one by hand. We'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to clear out the island. Alright, guys. Cleared out the island as best I could. Let's, yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's get out of here. What do you say? And back down the path we go. So, I have a decent amount of slime at this point. I got 44 blocks of green and 27 blocks of blue. So that works, right? Like, that should be good. For now, at least. Like, you know, it's a stack and a half of blue slime. That should be more than enough for the foreseeable future, at least. And eventually I can make, you know, empowered lapis with, you know, the block form, too. It just costs more power that way. Less resources, more power. So it's really up to you if you want to go which route. I'll meet you guys back at the base when I'm there. All right, made it. So let's get ready to wrap this party up. So we've now got the ability to make, with a little bit of dirt and sand, we're going to need a blue slime crystal, which needs that times 2, and cook them up. Nice. All right, next thing I need, some fish. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to wrap up the episode here. I'm going to spend some time between episodes fishing, get a couple fish ready so I can make this Palus Lapis stuff. And then next episode we'll come back, we'll get our thermal centrifuge, and hopefully be able to make a garden cloche. Once we have that, we can start making a mass production of canola seeds, which we can use for a decent amount of RF power gen, and then we can start working towards better things. For now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next time to stop. I don't want to catch squid. What did I catch from that anyway? I don't even know. What was that? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, take it easy, guys.